Wow. I really was debating whether or not I was going to do this video or not, but there's a lot on my chest that I really have to really get off my chest as far as working unarmed and working solo in a potentially dangerous scenario. Now, I'm not going to play any videos on this. I'm just going to link a couple of articles. This one here, I'm talking about an event that happened really last month. That a security guard was shot and killed by a 16-year-old. They did arrest him, but that's not my point. My point is, why was he there unarmed by himself? Oh, to start. I'm gonna put the link to this article in the description. You can read this kind of on your own, and I'm gonna link another one to how his family remembered him. And after I read this, my heart really broke for this guy's family. But there's a couple of points I want to make here. And again, I'm going to read this out loud, or you read this to yourselves. And I'm going to again, there's going to be links where you can read this at a later time. Article appears courtesy of News 9 in Oklahoma City. And here we go. Oklahoma City police are investigating a shooting that killed a security guard and injured another employee Sunday morning at a downtown Oklahoma City hotel. I can tell you this from experience. Downtown gets pretty happening in Friday and Saturday nights. Police say the shooting happened just after 2:30 a.m. at a hotel near North Broadway Avenue and West Sheridan Avenue. According to investigators, hotel staff asked a group of several juveniles to leave the property, which led to an altercation outside the hotel. Okay, hotel staff's done their part. They're going to contact their lone unarmed security guard. You expect him to do a job on of an armed guy being unarmed. Now, I don't know whether or not he had any equipment on him or not. That's beside the point. You're taking one man versus a group. Odds not going to be in your favor. During the confrontation, one of the guests, identified as a 16-year-old male, allegedly pulled out a gun and fired multiple shots, police said. Police said one person, identified as 22-year-old hotel security guard, I'm not going to pronounce his name, was injured by gunfire. He later died from his injuries. A second employee was pistol whipped and treated for minor injuries at a local hospital. The hotel employee who was shot got transported to a metro hospital and later died from his injuries, OCPD Sergeant Brett Like said. Second hotel employee also sustained minor injuries and was transported to a metro hospital for treatment. Officers later found the suspect in a nearby parking garage. Police said the suspect had accidentally shot themselves during the incident. That suspect was later taken to a local hospital where they were treated for their injuries before being taken into custody. 60-year-old suspect was later booked into a juvenile detention facility on a murder complaint. Okay, here's my problem. Here. Number one, most hotel chains like this, they want them unarmed. The security staff isn't reported. Well, you should have had him do exactly that. You disperse him, get out of harm's. You expect him to go into into the light of danger. He doesn't have any equipment. He doesn't have a firearm on him. What good is he? What good is he there if he doesn't have the equipment to defend himself? I got a big problem with that. But then most most of these big corporational companies, they want security there just as an insurance write-off. And then on top of that, law enforcement doesn't like security in general. I know there's some law enforcement people out there. Well, we like security. Don't give me that line of crap, and I know that. I've worked around you personally. I know the disdain I've gotten from you when I'm trying to do a job. This would have been one where he would have had to have called law enforcement there. I probably would, if I was working unarmed in that scenario, maintain a position of safety for you, ask them to leave. If they don't, get law enforcement out there. Now, I have worked a scenario where they expected me to take on a whole bunch of gangbangers and what have you, and I was it's something I wasn't going to do. I have never liked working solo in a dangerous environment like this. You should be working with a part. You should be working with a part, especially in today's times where you know, I mean, people, you can put in the biggest. Oh, but we need better gun control. It's not going to work. I can get a firearm just off the street, just like any swinging, wigging, and nilly can. It allowed them, and I know it's been passed here in Oklahoma where security guards can be better armed to take on the threats that's out there. But lo and behold, it comes down to the corporate doesn't want the L word, liability. I've even read a video where a couple of people, saved a convenience store where, in fact, it was not that long. Let me backtrack that. Just not that long ago, a 7-Eleven employee defended herself against an attacker while she was on the job. What does 7-Eleven award her with? They gave her the boot. There wasn't. It's out there. It's out there. Most companies out there are going to say thanks, but no thanks. We're going to uphold corporate over your life doesn't mean diddly squat. Now I'll tell you what's going to probably happen here. That company's probably okay. We'll get another one, and while the family is left to deal with burial costs, all that what have you. And what I've read in the additional video that I'm going to link about the victim, the security guard, sounded like a pretty stand-up guy. He was working towards another career. Now, I applaud that. If I was working with you and you wanted time to train, kind of on your goals or something like that, work towards your goals, I'd be all supportive of it. But at the same time, it's security, and this is anywhere. Coworkers are not your friends. Coworkers are not your friends. They will rat you out in a heartbeat. And I cannot stress this enough. When you're going there, even in security, oh, this is really hitting a couple of nerves. If you work at a place where you got a camaraderie amongst yourselves, excuse me, more power to you. More power to you. I respect that, and I encourage that. But in most security companies, you get these nilly little guards in there that think they know how that authority, and they're going to rat you out to get ahead at your expense. And then even if you're working in a non-environment, well, he didn't protect us, and we should get rid of him. That's the nilly willy of it in security. My point and my message to you is this: take care of yourself. Your life is not worth $16, $17 an hour. It may pay good at that, but if you want to work in this profession, work in some capacity where you're gonna be around a camaraderie of coworkers that's got your back, they're gonna take care of you, and they're gonna check on you when you're down. And because I'll tell you this, you may be on the fence you're recovering. Most companies, and it's not just security, this is anywhere, oh, you're just a number. Again, I can't stress this enough. Take care of yourself. Your life's not worth X number of dollars that they're paying you to go out, put yourself in the line of fire, and you don't have that kind of you don't have the equipment to take care of yourself. Anyway, I'm going to leave it on that. Again, links to this article and another one will be in the description. I'll leave it on this note, and I'm going to emphasize this: trust is earned, loyalty is returned. See y'all in the next video.